Ladies and gentlemen, in life we all have dreams, ambitions, and goals that we hold close to our hearts. But along the way, we also have secrets, plans that are too fragile to be shared, visions that are too personal to be exposed, and battles that are ours alone to fight. I've learned one thing: power is in silence. The moment you tell the world your secret, you give away control. Not everyone is rooting for you, and not everyone deserves to know your next move. So today, let's talk about the strength of mystery, the power of quiet hustle, and why your silence can be your greatest weapon in achieving success. Your dreams are like delicate seeds planted in the soil of your heart. They require time, patience, and care to grow into something magnificent. But just as a fragile sapling can be uprooted by harsh winds, your vision can be shaken when exposed to the wrong energy. The power of silence is often underestimated, yet it holds the key to protecting your most precious aspirations. When you share your dreams too soon, you invite opinions, judgments, and doubts that may not align with your path. Everyone sees the world through their own lens, shaped by their experiences, fears, and limitations. What seems possible to you might seem impossible to someone else, and their words can unknowingly plant seeds of doubt in your mind. Even the most well-meaning people can project their insecurities onto you, not out of malice, but because they themselves have struggled with limitations they never overcame. When you protect your vision, you give yourself the space to believe in it fully, without external noise distorting your faith. It's natural to seek validation. We are social beings, wired to share our thoughts and ideas with those around us. But validation can be a double-edged sword. When you share your aspirations too early, the approval or disapproval of others can begin to shape your decisions in ways you never intended. If people applaud your idea, you may feel a temporary boost in confidence, but what happens when they criticize it? What happens when they say that won't work, or you're not capable of that? Even if you start with unwavering confidence, repeated exposure to doubt can create cracks in your belief system. Over time, these cracks can widen and you might begin to question your ability, losing sight of the passion that initially fueled you. Keeping your vision protected allows you to develop an unshakable belief in yourself. When you don't seek approval from others, you are free to cultivate your confidence internally. Your dreams are yours for a reason. They were planted in your heart because you have the potential to bring them to life. But just like a candle can be blown out by the slightest wind, your motivation can be extinguished by careless words. Silence acts as a protective shield, allowing your dreams to gain strength before being exposed to the world. People have different levels of understanding, and not everyone will see what you see. Some individuals lack the imagination to envision possibilities beyond their current reality. If you share your dreams with those who cannot comprehend them, they might unknowingly discourage you. They might say things like, "Be realistic," or "That's not how the world works," simply because they have never seen something like that happen before. But history is filled with individuals who achieved the impossible, not because they sought approval, but because they believed in their vision even when no one else did. When you protect your vision, you also protect your energy. Every conversation, every exchange of words carries energy. If you share your dreams with someone who does not support or understand them, you risk absorbing their skepticism. Over time, this negativity can drain your enthusiasm and make you second-guess your potential. On the other hand, when you keep your aspirations private, you conserve your energy and channel it into productive actions. Instead of explaining or defending your dreams, you focus on building them. Another reason to keep your vision protected is that not everyone has pure intentions. Some people might discourage you out of jealousy, fear, or their own unresolved failures. They may not want to see you succeed because it reminds them of their own missed opportunities. Others might take your ideas and attempt to execute them before you do. The world is filled with individuals who seek to capitalize on the brilliance of others. By keeping your vision private, you safeguard your originality and prevent it from being diminished by those who lack the creativity to build something of their own. There is immense power in quiet action. When you work in silence, you eliminate unnecessary distractions and keep your momentum strong. The more you talk about what you plan to do, the more your mind tricks you into feeling like you have already accomplished something. It creates a false sense of progress, making you feel satisfied before you have even begun. But when you keep your vision to yourself and focus solely on execution, every step you take becomes intentional and meaningful. You move with purpose, not for validation, but for the fulfillment of your own potential. Successful individuals understand the importance of protecting their vision. They don't announce every step they take, they let their results speak for themselves. If you look at the most influential people in history, you will notice a common trait. They were strategic with their words and selective with whom they shared their plans. They understood that not every idea needs to be spoken out loud and not every goal needs to be publicly declared. They moved in silence, refining their craft, overcoming obstacles and only revealing their success when it was undeniable. Keeping your vision protected also allows you to adapt and evolve without external pressure. When you share your dreams prematurely, you may feel locked into a specific path because others now expect you to follow through. But dreams are fluid. They grow and change as you gain new insights and experiences. By keeping them private, you give yourself the freedom to refine your vision without feeling obligated to meet external expectations. You can adjust your strategy, explore new possibilities, and evolve without feeling scrutinized. There is also a psychological aspect to keeping your vision private. Studies have shown that talking about your goals can create a sense of accomplishment in your brain, reducing your motivation to take actual steps toward achieving them. When you tell people your plans, your brain registers it as progress, even though nothing tangible has been done. This false sense of achievement can decrease your drive to put in the real work necessary to bring your vision to life. By keeping your aspirations to yourself, you maintain a sense of urgency and purpose, pushing yourself to take consistent action. Your vision is sacred. It is a part of you, something that was given to you for a reason. Not everyone will understand it, and not everyone needs to. The more you protect it, the stronger it becomes. When you nurture your dreams in silence, they grow with resilience. They develop roots so deep that no storm of doubt or negativity can uproot them. You are the guardian of your own potential, and the way you protect your vision determines how far you will go. Trust is one of the most valuable currencies in life, but it should never be given away freely. Not everyone deserves to know your secrets, your struggles, or your deepest aspirations. People come into our lives with different intentions, perspectives, and experiences, and not all of them are capable of handling the truth we carry within us. It is easy to assume that those around us have our best interests at heart, but reality often proves otherwise. The more you reveal about yourself, the more vulnerable you become to manipulation, judgment, and betrayal. There is a common misconception that sharing everything with others builds stronger relationships. While honesty and openness are important, there is a fine line between trust and overexposure. Some people might pretend to care about you, but they are only interested in gathering information for their own benefit. They listen not to support you, but to analyze, compare, or even use what you share against you in the future. Every person you confide in becomes a potential keeper of your secrets. And not all of them will guard those secrets with the same care that you do. People are unpredictable. Someone who seems trustworthy today might change their attitude tomorrow. Circumstances shift, emotions fluctuate, and relationships evolve. What you share in a moment of vulnerability can become ammunition in a future conflict. The more personal information you give away, the more power you hand over to others. In moments of anger, jealousy, or insecurity, people might use your words against you, twisting them to fit their own narratives. Even those who do not intend to harm you might accidentally disclose your secrets to someone else, leading to unintended consequences. Not everyone has the emotional capacity to understand or respect what you share with them. Some people lack the depth to appreciate the significance of your experiences. They may dismiss your struggles, belittle your aspirations, or respond with indifference. This can be incredibly disheartening, especially when you expect empathy and support. The disappointment of confiding in someone who does not value your words can be more painful than keeping those thoughts to yourself. Silence, in many cases, is a safer and more powerful choice. There are those who derive satisfaction from knowing more about others than they reveal about themselves. These individuals thrive on collecting personal details, not out of genuine concern, but as a way to gain leverage. They might seem like good listeners, always eager to hear your thoughts, but their silence about their own lives should be a warning. If someone never shares anything personal about themselves, yet constantly seeks details about you, their motives may not be pure. Information is a form of control, and those who gather it often use it strategically. Gossip is another reason to be cautious about whom you trust. The moment you share a secret, you lose control over where it goes next. People talk, sometimes unintentionally, and once something is out in the world, it cannot be taken back. Even if someone promises to keep your confidence, they might slip up in conversation, passing your words along to others who were never meant to hear them. The more people who know something about you, the higher the risk of that information spreading beyond your control. Envy can turn even the closest friends into silent adversaries. Sometimes, people seem supportive on the surface, but deep down, they struggle with their own insecurities. Your success, happiness, or even just your ambition can trigger feelings of jealousy in others. When you share your plans or achievements, not everyone will celebrate with you. Some might secretly hope for your failure or subtly discourage you under the guise of giving advice. Their words might be wrapped in concern, but their intentions are not always pure. By keeping your aspirations to yourself, you protect them from being tainted by the negativity of others. Trust is not just about protecting your secrets. It is about maintaining your own inner peace. The less you share, the less you have to worry about how others perceive you. When you reveal too much, you open yourself up to unnecessary opinions and judgments. People love to offer unsolicited advice, often based on their own fears and limitations. If you tell them about a risk you are considering, they might immediately list all the reasons why it won't work. If you share your insecurities, they might remember them forever, even when you have long moved past them. Their perception of you becomes frozen in time, shaped by what you once revealed. There is also the issue of misinterpretation. No matter how carefully you choose your words, people interpret things based on their own understanding and biases. What you say can be misunderstood, exaggerated, or twisted into something entirely different. A simple comment can turn into a rumor, a private confession can become public knowledge, and an innocent story can be misrepresented. The fewer details you give away, the less room there is for misinterpretation. Emotional safety is another crucial factor in deciding whom to trust. When you confide in the wrong person, you may later regret it, feeling exposed and uneasy. The anxiety of wondering whether your secrets will remain safe can be overwhelming. Protecting your personal life from unnecessary exposure allows you to move through the world with confidence, without the fear of being blindsided by your own words coming back to you. Professional relationships also require careful boundaries. In workplaces, revealing too much personal information can shift dynamics in ways you may not anticipate. Colleagues might judge your capabilities based on personal struggles you shared in confidence. Supervisors might see you differently if they become aware of challenges you are facing outside of work. The more people know about your private life, the more they form opinions about you that may not align with your true abilities and potential. The way people treat you is often influenced by what they think they know about you. If you reveal too much, you give others the power to define you. When you maintain an air of mystery, people respect you more because they are unsure of your full story. They cannot predict your next move, and that unpredictability gives you an advantage. Those who speak less often appear more confident and in control. They are seen as people of substance because they do not feel the need to explain or justify themselves. There is a time and place for trust, but it should always be given carefully and selectively. Life teaches us that even the people we hold closest are capable of disappointing us. Some betrayals come from unexpected places, and the wounds they leave behind take time to heal. It is far easier to prevent a betrayal than to recover from one. The fewer people who know your weaknesses, fears, and ambitions, the more secure you remain in your own power. When you resist the urge to overshare, you cultivate a sense of self-reliance. You become more comfortable with your own thoughts and emotions, learning to process them without seeking external validation. This independence strengthens you, allowing you to trust yourself more than anyone else. The most powerful individuals in history have always been those who knew the value of discretion. They understood that not every thought needs to be spoken, not every plan needs to be shared, and not every secret needs to be given away. Energy is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It flows where attention goes, shaping the outcomes of our lives in ways we often do not realize. Every thought we entertain, every word we speak, and every action we take directs our energy towards something. The things we focus on the most grow stronger, whether they are positive or negative. Understanding this principle allows us to take control of our reality, making sure that we are putting our energy into things that actually matter. Many people waste their energy by focusing too much on validation rather than action. They spend more time talking about what they are going to do than actually doing it. Every time they announce their plans to others, they feel a temporary sense of accomplishment, as if speaking about their goals is the same as achieving them. But in reality, they have only spent energy on words, not on action. The mind can be tricked into thinking that progress is being made when in truth nothing has changed. Instead of using their energy to build, they use it to seek approval. And that energy gets scattered instead of being channeled into actual work. Attention is a currency. Wherever we invest it, we receive results in return. If we focus too much on distractions, negativity, or unnecessary conversations, we deplete our energy reserves without realizing it. When we focus on problems rather than solutions, we give power to those problems, making them seem bigger than they actually are. When we focus on doubts and fears, we strengthen them, allowing them to take control of our decisions. But when we shift our attention to progress, growth, and action, our energy follows and we start to see real movement in our lives. People often direct their energy toward things they cannot control. They worry about what others think, obsess over past mistakes, or stress about the future. But energy spent on things beyond our control is energy wasted. No matter how much time is spent worrying, it does not change the outcome. What truly makes a difference is where energy is directed in the present moment. The most successful people understand this. They do not waste their time explaining themselves to those who doubt them. They do not focus on negativity or unnecessary drama. Instead, they put all their energy into actions that move them forward. One of the biggest mistakes people make is allowing their energy to be drained by negativity. This can come from toxic people, endless arguments, or even self-doubt. When too much attention is given to negative influences, they grow stronger, negative thoughts multiply, criticism becomes louder, and progress slows down. But when energy is consciously redirected to positive action, the negative forces begin to lose their power. It is not about ignoring problems, but about choosing where to invest energy. Complaining about an obstacle does nothing, but focusing energy on overcoming it brings results. Social media has become a major source of energy distraction. People spend hours scrolling, comparing their lives to others, and seeking validation from strangers. They put the energy into likes, comments, and online debates, thinking it will bring them fulfillment. But the truth is, every second spent focusing on others is a second not spent building something for oneself. The more energy is given to external noise, the less is available for personal growth. Those who truly succeed in life are the ones who know how to control their focus, avoiding distractions, and keeping their attention on their goals. Energy is contagious. The people we surround ourselves with affect where our attention goes. Being around those who constantly complain, criticize, or gossip can drain energy without even realizing it. These kinds of interactions shift focus away from productive efforts and toward negativity. On the other hand, being around people who inspire, challenge, and uplift us can increase energy, pushing us toward action. Choosing the right environment is crucial in making sure that energy is being directed towards something meaningful rather than wasted on things that do not serve growth. One of the greatest strategies for success is learning how to conserve and redirect energy. This means being intentional about where time, thoughts, and emotions are invested. Every day, there are countless distractions fighting for attention, but those who learn to protect their focus will always achieve more. Instead of reacting to every little thing that happens, they prioritize what truly matters. Instead of letting emotions be controlled by external forces, they channel them into productive actions. The ability to master focus is the ability to master life. Many people struggle with consistency because they let their energy be pulled in too many directions. They start a goal with enthusiasm, but as time goes on, their attention gets divided. They listen to too many opinions, compare themselves to others, or lose confidence because of minor setbacks. Their energy becomes scattered, and as a result, their progress slows down. But those who succeed are the ones who remain unwavering in their focus. They understand that every bit of energy spent on doubt, fear, or unnecessary distractions is energy taken away from their goals. There is a simple truth. What we give our attention to becomes our reality. If we focus on failure, we attract failure. If we focus on growth, we attract growth. It is not about ignoring reality, but about directing energy toward what can be controlled and improved. The world is full of challenges, but where energy is placed determines whether those challenges become obstacles or stepping stones. People who understand this principle take charge of their lives by making conscious choices about where their attention goes. Emotions play a big role in where energy flows. When emotions are directed toward frustration, anger, or regret, they drain energy rather than fuel progress. But when emotions are channeled into determination, passion, and perseverance, they become powerful tools for success. The most driven individuals know how to transform negative emotions into motivation rather than allowing them to become roadblocks. They do not dwell on mistakes, they learn from them and keep moving. They do not waste energy proving themselves to doubters. They use that energy to prove themselves through results. Mastering energy means mastering time. The more efficiently energy is used, the more can be accomplished in a shorter period. Instead of wasting hours on things that do not contribute to growth, those who control their focus make every moment count. They understand that every action, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture. Whether it is learning a new skill, refining a craft, or making strategic decisions, they make sure that their energy is always directed towards something productive. The ability to control where energy flows is one of the most valuable skills a person can develop. It determines the quality of life, the speed of progress, and the level of success that can be achieved. It is not enough to have dreams. Energy must be directed toward turning those dreams into reality. The more conscious a person becomes about how they use their energy, the more unstoppable they become in their pursuit of success. Surprise is one of the most powerful strategies in achieving success. When people cannot predict your next move, they cannot prepare for it, block it, or interfere with it. The element of surprise keeps you in control, allowing you to execute your plans without unnecessary resistance. Many people fail not because they lack talent or effort, but because they reveal too much too soon, giving others the opportunity to undermine their progress. When you keep your moves hidden, you retain the power to shape your own outcomes without external influence. There is a certain excitement in letting people guess what you are up to. When others have no idea about your plans, they cannot criticize, discourage, or attempt to sabotage them. The moment you announce your intentions, you open the door for opinions, doubts, and sometimes even competition. Some people may secretly hope for your failure, and when they know your strategy, they might try to get ahead of you or create obstacles in your path. But when you work silently and reveal results instead of plans, you maintain complete control over your journey. Success often comes to those who understand the importance of timing. Announcing a goal prematurely can create pressure that interferes with execution. When people are aware of what you are trying to accomplish, they begin watching your progress, questioning your methods, and expecting results. This added pressure can make you feel as though you have to meet certain deadlines or expectations set by others, rather than focusing on your own timeline. By keeping your plans private, you allow yourself the freedom to make adjustments, take necessary detours, and move at a pace that suits you best. People often assume that if they talk about their plans, they will be held accountable and this will push them to succeed. But studies have shown that discussing your goals can create a false sense of accomplishment. The brain registers the act of sharing a goal as progress, reducing the urgency to take real action. When you tell people what you plan to do, you feel good about it, as if you have already done something significant. However, the real work has not even started. This illusion of progress can slow you down because it makes you feel satisfied before any actual steps have been taken. Surprise is not just about keeping others unaware, it is about maintaining focus. The more you talk about your plans, the more you invite distractions. People will offer opinions, advice, and even criticism. And all of this takes up mental space that could have been used for execution. When you stay silent about your goals, you eliminate unnecessary conversations and external noise. You are able to concentrate fully on what needs to be done without the influence of other people's thoughts, expectations, or doubts. In competitive environments, those who stay silent about their strategies have the upper hand. Whether in business, sports, or personal achievements, those who move without announcing their next steps are harder to predict and defeat. When people know your strategy, they can prepare for it, counteract it, or even steal your ideas. But when you work quietly, you remain unpredictable, making it difficult for anyone to interfere with your success. The most effective leaders and innovators understand this concept and apply it consistently. A common mistake people make is assuming that those around them will always be supportive of their goals. In reality, not everyone wants to see you succeed. Some may secretly feel threatened by your ambition, while others may feel envious of your potential. When people know what you are working toward, some will try to discourage you, while others may actively try to slow you down. Keeping your moves hidden ensures that you do not give anyone the chance to interfere before you have fully executed your plans. There is a psychological advantage to staying silent about your goals. When people are unaware of your plans, they underestimate you. This gives you the freedom to work without pressure and then exceed expectations when you finally reveal your achievements. Those who talk too much about their ambitions often create high expectations for themselves, and if they do not deliver as expected, they face criticism and disappointment. But those who work in silence surprise everyone when they succeed, leaving no room for doubt or negativity along the way. Surprise is also a powerful tool in dealing with competition. In any field, competition exists, and those who share too much information about their strategies risk giving their competitors an advantage. Whether it is in business, creative pursuits, or personal growth, revealing your moves too soon allows others to prepare for them. The most successful individuals and companies keep their projects confidential until they are ready to launch. This ensures that no one can copy their ideas, sabotage their efforts, or block their progress before they have had the chance to establish themselves. Keeping your moves private does not mean working in isolation. It means being selective about whom you trust and when you choose to share information. There will be times when collaboration is necessary, but even then discretion is key. Sharing too much with the wrong people can lead to unnecessary complications. Not everyone has your best interests at heart, and even those who do may unintentionally leak information or influence your thinking in ways that slow you down. There is also a deep sense of personal satisfaction in achieving something without external validation. When you keep your goals to yourself, your motivation remains pure. You are not driven by the need to prove anything to others, but by the genuine desire to accomplish something meaningful. The process becomes more fulfilling because you are doing it for yourself rather than for the recognition of others. People respect results more than promises. When you talk too much about what you are going to do, people may listen, but they will not truly be impressed until they see actual progress. Those who constantly announce their plans but fail to follow through lose credibility over time. On the other hand, those who move in silence and deliver unexpected results earn the respect and admiration of those around them. Maintaining an element of surprise also allows you to test different approaches without external pressure. When you announce a goal, people expect you to stick to a specific path, even if that path is not the best one. But when you work quietly, you have the freedom to experiment, make adjustments, and change direction without feeling as though you have to explain yourself. This flexibility increases your chances of success because you can refine your strategy based on real experiences rather than external expectations. Another advantage of working in silence is that it minimizes unnecessary stress. When too many people are aware of your plans, you may feel the weight of their expectations. This pressure can lead to anxiety, self-doubt, and hesitation. But when you keep your goals private, you eliminate the extra burden of trying to meet other people's expectations. You can focus purely on the work itself, moving forward at your own pace and making decisions based on what feels right for you. Surprise is a strategy that has been used by some of the most successful individuals in history. From entrepreneurs to athletes, artists to leaders, those who have mastered the art of moving in silence have consistently outperformed those who reveal too much too soon. The less people know about your plans, the less they can interfere, and the more freedom you have to execute without distraction. Not everyone in your life is meant to know everything about you. The more people know about you, the more they have the power to influence, manipulate, or judge you. Information is a form of control, and when you share too much, you give others the ability to define your narrative. People are complex, with different motivations, insecurities, and perspectives, and not all of them will use the information you give them in ways that benefit you. Some will misunderstand you, some will envy you, and some will use what they know to hold power over you. That is why selective sharing is one of the most powerful habits a person can develop. There is a false belief that honesty means telling everyone everything. In reality, honesty is about integrity, not exposure. You do not owe everyone access to your thoughts, dreams, struggles, or past experiences. You can be genuine without being an open book. The idea that withholding information is dishonest is a misunderstanding of boundaries. Everyone has a right to privacy, and setting boundaries on what you share is not the same as being deceptive. It is about protecting yourself, your energy, and your journey. Some people in your life will act as though they have a right to know everything about you. They will ask personal questions, expect detailed answers, and act offended if you do not tell them everything. But just because someone asks does not mean you have to answer. You have every right to keep certain aspects of your life private, and you do not owe anyone an explanation for setting those boundaries. People who genuinely respect you will not feel entitled to details that you do not wish to share. Those who push for too much information are often more interested in satisfying their curiosity than in genuinely supporting you. It is important to understand that not everyone processes information the same way. What you reveal about yourself can be interpreted in ways you never intended. People view the world through their own biases, experiences, and insecurities. What seems like a simple story to you might be used to form judgments about your character, intelligence, or ability. Someone might take your words out of context, misinterpret your intentions, or repeat what you said in a way that changes its meaning. The less you share, the less room there is for misinterpretation and misunderstanding. Not everyone who listens to you is listening to understand. Some people listen to collect information not because they care, but because they want to use what they learn for their own benefit. They might repeat your words to others, twist them into gossip, or use them as leverage in a future conflict. People who thrive on drama are always looking for something to talk about. And when you give them too much access to your personal life, you become an easy target. Even those who seem trustworthy can sometimes reveal what you have told them, intentionally or unintentionally. Envy is another reason to be mindful of what you share. People do not always celebrate your success. Sometimes Your achievements remind others of what they have not accomplished, triggering feelings of resentment. When you share your goals, dreams, or even small wins with the wrong people, you may be met with disguised negativity. Instead of encouragement, you might receive subtle discouragement, skepticism, or passive-aggressive comments. These reactions can plant doubt in your mind, making you second-guess yourself. Protecting your energy means being selective about who gets to know about your aspirations. There is also the risk of people using your past against you. When you share too much about your mistakes, struggles, or vulnerabilities, you give others a blueprint of your weaknesses. Not everyone will use this information with kindness. Some will bring up your past failures in moments when they want to undermine you. They will remind you of your lowest points, not to support you, but to keep you in a position of self-doubt. When you limit what people know about you, you take away their ability to weaponize your history against you. One of the most valuable aspects of privacy is the ability to control your own narrative. When people know too much about you, they feel entitled to form opinions, give unsolicited advice, or make assumptions about your life. But when you are selective about what you reveal, you maintain control over how you are perceived. The less people know, the less they can interfere. This does not mean you should live in secrecy, but it does mean that you should choose what aspects of your life deserve to be shared and which are best kept private. Privacy is also essential for maintaining inner peace. When too many people know your struggles, you become burdened by their reactions, opinions, and expectations. Every person you confide in adds another layer of emotional complexity to your situation. Some will try to help, but their help might not align with what you actually need. Others will offer opinions that create confusion rather than clarity. Some will simply absorb your pain without offering anything in return. Keeping certain things private allows you to process your emotions without external noise. Professional environments are another area where privacy is crucial. Oversharing in the workplace can create unnecessary complications. What you reveal about your personal life can influence how colleagues and supervisors perceive you. Even if your personal struggles have no impact on your work performance, sharing them can shape the way people treat you. If you talk about difficulties in your personal life, some might assume you are incapable of handling additional responsibility. If you discuss your ambitions too openly, others might see you as a threat or try to compete with you. Strategic privacy allows you to navigate professional spaces without giving others leverage over you. In relationships, privacy is equally important. Even the closest friendships and romantic partnerships require boundaries. Sharing everything with a partner or friend may seem like a sign of trust, but too much exposure can sometimes lead to a loss of individuality. Maintaining a sense of privacy within relationships ensures that you remain independent and self-sufficient. It also prevents unnecessary conflicts that arise when too many details are shared without careful consideration. Some aspects of your thoughts, emotions, and experiences are yours alone to carry, and that is perfectly healthy. Social media has made it even more important to be intentional about what you share. Many people broadcast every detail of their lives online, often without realizing the long-term consequences. What is shared today may resurface years later, affecting relationships, career opportunities, and reputations. The internet does not forget, and once something is made public, it is nearly impossible to take back. Being mindful of what you share online protects you from unnecessary exposure and allows you to control your digital footprint. There is power in being unknown. When people cannot predict your next move, they cannot interfere with it. When they do not know your struggles, they cannot judge them. When they do not have access to your thoughts, they cannot influence them. Moving in silence gives you the space to grow without external pressure, doubt, or negativity. It allows you to make decisions based on what is right for you rather than what others expect. Those who truly succeed in life are often the ones who understand the importance of selective sharing. They know that privacy is not about secrecy. It is about power, control, and the freedom to shape their own destiny without unnecessary interference. Mystery is a powerful tool in life. When people do not know everything about you, they are forced to make assumptions, and assumptions can be more powerful than facts. When you leave gaps in what people know about you, their curiosity grows. They wonder about your thoughts, your actions, and your next move. This curiosity gives you an edge. It makes you intriguing, unpredictable, and most importantly, in control of how people perceive you. Those who reveal everything about themselves become predictable, easy to read, and easier to manipulate. But those who maintain an air of mystery hold the power. In any situation, whether personal, social, or professional, people tend to talk too much about their plans, emotions, and opinions, thinking that transparency will make them more likable or respected. But the more you reveal, the more you expose yourself to unnecessary judgments, criticisms, and even opposition. Not everyone deserves to know everything about you. Some people will use what they know to their advantage, twisting your words, forming their own narratives, or using your vulnerabilities against you. When you stay mysterious, you prevent people from having that kind of control over you. In personal relationships, a sense of mystery keeps things interesting. Many people make the mistake of oversharing early on, thinking that full disclosure creates closeness. But when everything is out in the open too soon, there is no room for discovery. People lose interest when they feel they already know everything about someone. Mystery keeps the excitement alive. It creates depth, making people want to learn more about you over time. Instead of giving everything away at once, revealing yourself gradually keeps others engaged and intrigued. Professionally, mystery gives you an advantage by making you harder to predict. In competitive environments, being too transparent about your strategies, ambitions, or next steps can weaken your position. When colleagues or competitors know too much, they can anticipate your moves and take action before you do. This is why the most successful people rarely reveal their full plans before executing them. They move in silence, allowing their actions to speak louder than their words. By keeping their true intentions concealed, they maintain control over their trajectory, leaving others guessing about their next move. Socially, mystery creates respect. People are naturally drawn to those who do not reveal everything about themselves. When you do not explain every thought, justify every action, or expose every emotion, you command a certain level of authority. People who talk too much often lose credibility because they give away too much too soon, making their words less valuable. But those who speak less and listen more create an aura of wisdom and confidence. They leave people wanting to hear more rather than feeling overwhelmed by constant self-disclosure. Mystery also protects your peace. When people do not know everything about you, they cannot interfere with your decisions or influence your mindset. Oversharing can invite unwanted opinions, doubts, or even discouragement. Sometimes, the best way to protect your energy is to keep certain thoughts, dreams, and struggles to yourself. Not every battle needs to be discussed, and not every plan needs validation. By maintaining a level of mystery, you create a barrier between yourself and unnecessary negativity. You take full ownership of your thoughts and actions without external noise clouding your judgment. People tend to underestimate the power of silence. Silence makes people uncomfortable because it forces them to think. When you speak less, people pay closer attention to what you do say. Your words carry more weight because they are not lost in endless chatter. Those who constantly explain themselves, defend their actions, or share their emotions openly often find themselves drained by the reactions they receive. But those who remain silent until it is necessary to speak conserve their energy and maintain their influence. Mystery is not about deception, it is about control. It is about choosing what to reveal, when to reveal it, and to whom. Some people mistake mystery for dishonesty, but the two are very different. Honesty does not require full disclosure. You can be truthful without being an open book. You can share your thoughts without exposing your entire mindset. You can express yourself without revealing every detail. Being mysterious simply means being intentional about what you share and what you keep to yourself. A mysterious person is difficult to manipulate. When others do not know your fears, they cannot use them against you. When they do not know your weaknesses, they cannot exploit them. When they do not know your emotions, they cannot play with them. Many people are easily controlled because they reveal too much about what triggers them, what makes them insecure, or what they desire the most. But when you remain unpredictable, people have no choice but to respect you because they cannot figure out how to control you. Mystery also adds a sense of power to your presence. When you enter a room, people who do not know much about you will naturally be more curious. They will wonder about your story, your thoughts, and your experiences. This intrigue makes them pay closer attention to you. The most captivating individuals throughout history, leaders, artists, thinkers, have all had an air of mystery about them. They did not explain themselves constantly. They did not try to be understood by everyone. They allowed others to form their own interpretations, which only made them more fascinating. In relationships, whether romantic, professional, or social, mystery makes people value you more. When you do not give everything away, people feel the need to earn your trust. They work harder to understand you, to be close to you, and to gain your attention. Those who overshare make themselves too easily accessible, often leading to being taken for granted. But those who maintain a level of mystery make others appreciate their presence more. People crave what they do not fully understand. And when you keep parts of yourself hidden, you remain unforgettable. Mystery also gives you the ability to surprise people. When no one knows your plans, your moves become unpredictable. When people assume they have you figured out, they stop paying attention. But when you act in ways they did not expect, you command their attention again. This applies to all aspects of life: career moves, personal growth, creative endeavor. The element of surprise keeps people engaged and ensures that you are always a step ahead. There is strength in being unknown. When people assume they know you, they put you in a box, limiting their expectations of what you can achieve. But when they do not know everything, they leave room for possibilities. They cannot define you, label you, or predict you. This freedom allows you to evolve without restriction, to reinvent yourself without judgment, and to grow without interference. Those who master the art of mystery understand that power does not come from being loud, but from being strategic. They know that the less people know, the more they wonder. They understand that mystery is not about isolation, but about selective exposure. They use it to their advantage, making sure that their words are valuable, their actions are impactful, and their presence is unforgettable.